Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Irfan Syafiq bin Muhammad Rosli. Our group will present to all of you about the factor that cause the depression among the teenagers. There are many factors that causes the depression among the teenagers. But today, I would like to share to all of you two main factors that cause the depression. The first one is loss or death, a person that you love the most. This is because losing the person that you love the most is the painful moment in your life. I say like that because it was proven by myself. 2 years ago, when I was at matriculation college, I have lost my father. Because of that, I had a depression and I lost my hope to finish my study. And because of it, it was dragged me to fail my examination. But luckily, on that session, the examination was cancelled. The second factor that caused the depression among the teenagers is mental abuse. Mental abuse is so common in Malaysia. This is because Malaysian people, or we call as netizen, always insult each other, such as body shaming and downgrading people. This is because people, mostly the teenager, who had insulted by the netizen will feel so unconfident to face each other, and they will feel like they are not perfect compared to other people. Because of that, they will stay alone, and lastly, it will drag them to the depression, and sometimes it will cause the death. So, in conclusion, depression is very dangerous disease, which can make you feel unconfident, make you down, and sometimes it can drag you to the death. So my advice here, if you feel like you have the symptom to have the depression, please go and find the people who can advise you and help you or encourage you to back to the normal life. That's all for me.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Syakir bin Muhammad ANUAR. I am first year student of UNIMAP in Electrical Engineering. Based on our topic, I think the factors of depression among teenagers are overload of work and academic stress. For my factors, I will take students to represent the teenagers. One of major factors of depression is overload of work. For the students who have an overload of work tend to get stressed because they desperate to finish or submit their work before the deadline. Because of that, students cannot arrange their time and think very well to do their work. Some students do not sleep or get some rest, and even they pushing their limit to finish their work. That's very dangerous to our body, because according to the healthy research, our body needs at least 8 hours to sleep. Moreover, academic stress is also one of the factors of depression. The student face various of academic stress, including exam stress, disinterest to attending classes, and inability to understand the subject. Then, the academic stress involve mental distress regarding anticipate challenge or failure, or even the fear of the possibility of academic failure. Additionally, due to the online classes, academic stress is very challenging to the student. I can say that because I also learn from the online classes, online class right now, and I felt those academic stress. So for my factors, those might be tend to the stress. Even our topic is about depression, but the high level of stress can be the result of the psychological and physical problem like depression and anxiety. To summarize, I can say academic stress and overload of work can be the factors of the depression. Thank you. That's all from me. I hope you learned something from my presentation. Then let's move to our next member presentation.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is HARIZ. I am going to present about factors that cause depression among teenagers. My point is, the factor that cause depression among teenagers is chronic illness. A chronic illness is a condition that lasts for a very long time and usually cannot be cured completely. Example of chronic illness is include diabetes, heart disease, kidney disease, HIV and AIDS. Many people with chronic illness experience depression. In fact, depression is one of the most common complications of many chronic illness. It is estimated that up to 1/3 of individuals with a serious medical condition experience symptoms of depression. It's not hard to see how a chronic illness can trigger depression in people with a biological vulnerability to a mood disorder. Serious illness can cause tremendous change in life and limit an individual mobility and independence. Chronic illness may make it impossible to pursue the activity once enjoyed and can undermine self-confidence and sense of hope in the future. It is not surprisingly that people with chronic illness often experience a certain amount of despair and sadness. In some cases, the physical effect of the illness itself or side effect of the medication may also lead to a depression. The risk of getting depression is generally 10 to 20%. However, those with chronic illness face a much higher risk, between 25 to 35%. In conclusion, the chronic illness is one of the factors that cause depression among teenagers. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is MOHAMAD HAFIZ AIMAN bin HASBULLAH. So today I will continue my friend's presentation. So in my opinion, homesick is one of the factors that can contribute teenagers to become depression. Before that, let me explain to you what is a homesick. Homesick is the feeling of emotional distress when we away from home and when we in a new or unfamiliar environment. It's affect those who needs to move for temporary or permanently. For example, we can take a student, migrants, or those who in the military. It estimates 50% to 70% of the general population have felt homesick at least once in their life. Why this happen to the teenagers? So this happen when teenagers need to moving out from their house when they going into the boarding school or further their study, especially for the first time. So when they need to stay at the hostel, they will feel constantly sad, lack of motivation, loss of interest, this can lead them into the depression. So let me share to you one of my friends' experience during my matriculation college. When he going into the matriculation, he was become a homesick person for a long time. So this was made he become a serious and this was getting worse, and because of that this was affect his studies, and after a long time he got depressed and become a depression. So in conclusion, based on all my group presentation, I can conclude that overload of work, academic stress, critical illness, homesick, death or loss a person you love, and mental abuse can be a few factors that causes depression among teenagers. I think that is all from me, and thank you very much for listening. I hope you can learn something from our group presentation. That's all. Thank you.